All right, folks. As much as I want to talk about what's going on in Israel more and the ongoing capture of Rafah, all very interesting stuff. The Jewish space lasers, which are apparently real and are being funded by the U.S. government to the tune of like $1.2 billion. I actually want to take a break from all that. I haven't had time to talk as much as I've wanted to recently. In fact, what I uploaded yesterday, I mean, I recorded like way before you can tell. It's about stuff from last week. It was something that I recorded and didn't have time to upload. And then yesterday I wanted to record something new, and upload them both. I ran out of time for that. But anyway, I actually want to talk about, as the title might have tipped you off, the Trump trial, which I haven't even been following because I've been so, as anyone who's listened to this channel knows, I've just been so bored of Trump and all of the outrage and all the times that they were going to get Trump, and like, oh, we were going to get him this time. Trump's going to jail. We'll take him out. He's going to be exposed as a Russia colluder. And here we are. I'm glad I never followed this case, because it's already imploded. It hasn't even gone to trial yet. The trial was scheduled for May 20th. And now it's canceled. I mean, I would have watched the trial itself just because, oh, well, that would have been good entertainment. The trial of Donald J. Trump. Hopefully somebody like Ricada would have done a live stream of it. There would have been, all the boys getting together, Legal Mindset, Viva Fry. It would have been good fun. But no, the Democrat special counsel, I think his name's Jack Smith, he's so incompetent, he couldn't even get to trial. He couldn't help himself. He had to tamper with the evidence. He had to go and be sloppy and give Trump an easy out. Now, sure, maybe he wouldn't have been able to prove his case anyway, and so tampering with evidence, was the best shot that he had. Maybe he thought his only chance at getting Trump was by bending the rules. But guess what? You're playing a dangerous game, because when you get caught, you look like an idiot. I think you look worse when you cheat and get caught than if you just play fair and lose. I mean, the deck couldn't have been stacked in your favor anymore, buddy. I mean, I know that I'm getting them confused, but this is the federal trial. So I don't think this one was in New York. I should have double-checked that before I hit record, because, it's too late now. But I don't know, maybe it's in Miami? And so I guess I won't I won't speak about the proclivities of the judge, because I'm getting this judge confused with the other judge, because I believe Trump also has that trial in New York, and that judge is a guy. This one is a woman, so definitely a different case. But this was the more serious case. This was the case that Trump committed crimes as president, or after being president, that he stole classified documents from the White House, which is potentially could have been used as in espionage. Maybe he was handing off these documents to the Russians. There was, this was certainly spoken about at the time on the news. They were reporting that potentially Trump was selling America's nuclear secrets to our enemies. And I know, for most people, when I say our enemies, you think, oh, you mean like Washington, Tel Aviv, Brussels? Well, no, when the media says that, they mean, Moscow and Beijing. Hell, even sometimes they pull out old Pyongyang. They still try and pretend like North Korea is a threat. Maybe throw in the Laotians and the Vietnamese while you're at it. They're all the same, right? Bunch of reds with slanted eyes. And so here we are in, can I say, mid-2024? Mid-election cycle? The election's coming up in November. This trial has been indefinitely postponed. starting in May, that was perfect timing. It was giving the feds, enough time for a trial to play out, and to try and lock up Trump so that he wouldn't be able to campaign for the entire, second half of the year. All summer and all fall, Trump would have been in prison. But now who knows when they'll get a trial date, if at all. Because, here's a problem with tampering with evidence as a prosecutor. You tamper with enough of the evidence, and it has to be, and that tampered evidence has to be thrown out because, now it's no good. Now we don't know, what the actual evidence was that they seized during their raid of Mar-a-Lago. How can, if that evidence wasn't properly preserved, you don't actually know what it represents? For example, the big issue here is that Trump's lawyers are going to argue that these boxes had never been opened. These boxes were sent to Mar-a-Lago, by White House staff, and that Trump had never even opened them, so he had no way of knowing that they had classified documents in them, because the White House staff are the ones who boxed them up and mailed them there. But the FBI went and rifled through all these boxes and mixed all the documents up and put them back in, and so now it looks very clearly like someone has rooted through these boxes and examined these documents quite closely. And that was the evidence that was going to be presented in court. And that the prosecutor would have argued that. He would have said, look, all this stuff, look at how these documents have been rifled through. Some of them are missing. They're not in the proper order. Clearly Trump was using these documents. He knew that they were classified, and he was doing potentially all sorts of nefarious things that we don't know about. But now we know, to some extent, that evidence will have to be retracted to a certain degree. It'll have to be withheld. How much of it? Who knows? I mean, in an extreme case, the documents in their entirety would have to be omitted from evidence. In which case, the feds have no case. And Trump's free to go, at least in this case. And yet again, an attempt to get Trump, for doing terrible deeds as president, for trying to, sell out the country to Russia. Again, flushed down the drain. Total nonsense. It's like, how does anyone, even on the left, still have energy to care about any of this? I mean, I stopped caring, golly, about, let me think. I lost interest in trying to even understand the Russia stuff probably in 2017, I think. Like, by the end of the year. I'm like, at first it's like, oh, this is interesting. I wonder if they'll find some stuff or whatever. They'll be able to take down Trump. They want to take down Trump. I wonder what they got. And then it became clear pretty quickly. Oh, they don't have anything on him. They're just spurging out because they hate him that much, and they're deranged. And ever since then, it's been a repeat of the same show. It's so boring. I mean, I don't know. Even if no matter how much you hate Trump, is this interesting? Is this fun to watch? I would think this is incredibly frustrating, because you desperately want them to get Trump. You want to see him in prison, but they just don't have anything that they can throw at him. I mean, they could charge him with war crimes, but the problem with that is then they'd, it would become pretty clear that by the same standard, every other modern American president, including Joe Biden, is also a war criminal. So the one slam dunk thing that they could charge Trump for, they can't charge him for. So, all in all, these attempts at prosecuting Trump just seem to be ways of sponging money off of him, trying to distract from the presidential campaign, to impede his ability to run for president, which is unsurprising. All this is served to do is sap resources and just inhibit uh, the normal electoral process. Now,